Good day, viewers. Walter here. Thought I'd talk to you a little bit of a vlog today about my cell phone. This is a Galaxy S9. I guess it's made by Samsung, one of them companies. And I paid like, I want to say it was close to $1,000 for this. This is the first phone that I actually went out and paid cash for up front. Bought it at Best Buy. Normally, I've always just, if I needed a cell phone, was go to the phone company and open a contract with them and pay it, you know, make a payment every month for however period of time the contract lasts. And I really spent more than I intended to on this phone, but I went down there to Best Buy and the salesman just sucked me right in. Anyway, it's been a pretty good phone. I've had no complaints about most of its functions. Well, let me show you something about this thing. I recently had some problems with it I didn't anticipate, and I thought I'd share my solution to the problem with you. And, I'll put you on my headphone. We'll take a look. Well, I didn't intend to say headphone. I meant to say head mount. Got you looking through my GoPro here. We're looking at the back of my phone. It's got a protective otter type cover over it. It's a rubber duplicate inside of a plastic holder. Now the screen here, it's glass. Got to be careful with that. Well, on the back of the camera is this open area where you operate the camera and do your fingerprint to turn the phone on. You see this little tiny lens right here on the top? That's the camera lens, and over on the right, I think that's for the microphone. The one little square on the bottom is the fingerprint identifier. Well, the other day, I picked this thing up and went to do my fingerprint to turn it on, like that. Went to do my fingerprint to turn it on like that. And I felt something rough back there, and I turned it over. And this top glass over the camera lens was smashed completely. It was just caved into a million tiny little pieces and had a big hole right in the middle. I'm talking about the hole the size of a black-eyed pea. I said, oh Lord, I done broke my phone. Well, everything still worked, but the phone was just a great big blur. Of course, you're looking through all that broke glass. The little camera idea or device itself is in behind that lens. You could actually see it and move it around in there. It was loose and moving a little bit. I took a little piece of toothpick and picked off some of the glass. And by looking at the camera, I could see that it still had a good picture back there if you could get all the glass off. Well, I thought, was I smart enough to buy a insurance policy on that thing when I bought it from Best Buy? I remember they probably tried to sell me one, and I don't know if I bought it or not. I rooted around the drawers and found my receipt. Looked when I bought it. It didn't say on the receipt if I bought an insurance policy or not. It just had the $800 or $900, whatever the phone was, plus taxes and whatever fees I might have paid on it. Oh, the case, the plastic case, and a little holder that comes with it. You're supposed to put it on your belt. It's the most uncomfortable thing you ever wore. But I think I better go back to using it. Anyway, the young girl told me, she said, no, you didn't buy our insurance policy. And I got to thinking, maybe I didn't buy it because it was so darned expensive. I should have bought it. Then you just go in there and they give you a new phone. Well, you got all your info on here. It'd take me several hours to redo my apps and all that and get everything back the way I want it. I said, Joe, can y'all fix it? You probably get it fixed somewhere, she said. Well, I went to Googling and pulled up TPK Wireless over here in Fayetteville. They got a place up in Atlanta. And I called them. And they said, no, they didn't have a lens for that kind of camera. And I hung up and went to calling people even closer. I called them around here in Griffin. One guy said, I can get it for you. It'll cost you $70. Now, we're talking about a little piece of glass. no bigger than, well, it's just a little half-inch piece of glass. It'll cost you $70. I said, oh, let me think about it a little while, and I hung up. Looked up another number on Google and called them, and they said theirs was $80, I believe it was. I said, I'll think about that too, and I hung up. My phone went to ringing, so I answered it. And it was TPK Wireless calling me back and said they do have it in stock, and it's $50. And I thought about it, and you know, my phone is open to the elements. Inside that glass, all kind of dirt, trash, and everything else could get inside there. Well, I got much choice. I got to pay somebody to fix this darn thing, or it'll be ruined inside a month. So I told the young lady, I said, if you bring it in by 5, we can have it same day service. You can just go run an errand or something for 30 minutes, come back, and we'll have it ready to go. I said, I'll bring it right over there. Well, we got all the way over there to Fayetteville. This was the day before yesterday. And she said, I'm so sorry. She's a pretty little Asian girl. Said, I'm so sorry. That piece of lids is at our other store. And I know they do have another store because I saw it on Google. I just made a mistake. I'm sorry. If you come back tomorrow, after 1 o'clock, we'll have it in stock. And I said, yeah, we can come back tomorrow. We drove quite a bit to get over here. We come all the way from Griffin, Georgia. We just, I don't remember exactly. It's 25, 30 miles over there. She said, well, you come back tomorrow, and I give you a 20% discount. Okay, we'll come back for 20% discount. We're coming all the way from Griffin. Oh, well, I'll give you a 50% discount then. And she said it'll be $25.49 when you come back. She wrote it on the piece of paper. I said, that's great. I'll drive back over here for that. Oh, yesterday we went to Fayetteville, and they were good at their word. They put the new little lens on there. Can't even tell it was ever broke. And it works like a champ. I asked her, what happens if I break this front glass on here? I'm sure people break their phone all the time. What are we talking about in price if that ever happens? She said, you're talking about around $300 for the face, a little glass, piece of glass. Well, it ain't so little. So modern technology has come a long ways. But ain't none of it cheap. I just thought I'd share that little bit of tidbit with you. Protect your phones. Don't let them drop. I've been careless as hell about laying it around and banging it and not being too cautious with it when I should be. Eventually, you're going to break things anyway, but the longer you take care of it, the longer it's going to last. And I'd like to get my nearly $1,000 worth of money back. I'd like to get nearly $1,000 worth of use out of this phone before I do eventually break it. Anywho, that's my little sharing with you today. Appreciate you tuning into my vlog today. And it is a hot summer afternoon. Not a whole lot going on. We're going to go play with YouTube a little while. Y'all take care. It's Pwalpar saying, have a good day.